So welcome you all for Tungal online classes. We completed the pending chapters of objective first year. So then now today onwards we will start the second year remaining chapters. So as you know, regarding the syllabus for second year, two parts are there. In part 1, so till 3 chapters completed. One is electrostatics, electric charges and fields, potentials and capacitors, and current electricity. Okay, Nara? So in that part 1, the 4th chapter, which is moving charges and magnetism. So today we will start. The chapter name is moving charges and magnetism. Moving charges and magnetism. So this chapter is very important for subjective point of view. Even we can expect from this chapter around of 110 marks for board examination. So very important chapter. So this chapter will come under even this chapter is interrelated with the next coming chapters like magnetism and matter and EMI and AC current source. Very important and very interesting chapter. So actually this chapter will come under in electrodynamics. So what is electrodynamics? There it deals with both electricity or electrodynamics, electromagnetism. Okay, Nara? Till electrostatics you discuss. In electrostatics, we have discussed regarding the charges which are at rest. The charge at rest. The charge which is at rest produces only electric field. Only which field? Electric field. That is according to electric charges, electrostatics. In electrostatics we deals with the charges which are at rest. Only the charges which are at rest produces only which one? Electric field. So whereas in current electricity, we have discussed regarding the charges which are in motion. Charges which are in motion. The charges which are in motion produces not only electric field, but also produces magnetic field also. This condition we know, magnetic field also. But whereas in current electricity we studied only current, the electric field produced by the moving charges. Now this chapter is moving charges and magnetism. So we will study what is magnetic effect of electric current. Magnetic effect of electric current. Electric current. Current will have several effects. So effects of electric current. In that effects of electric current, in last chapter we have seen heating effect. So what is heating effect? Whenever current is passing through a conductor, so what it can produce? It will generate the heat. That effect is called as heating effect. Or regarding this heating effect we have studied in current electricity. So there is one more property also there. So these are the effects of current. Effects of current. The effects produced by the current. The second one is, it has magnetic effect. Magnetic effect of electric current. What is magnetic effect of electric current? Electric current. Now let us see our introduction. So till now understood, Nara? So magnetic effect of electric current will come under effects of current. One of the effect of current in still are there. So one of the effect of current you study in previous chapter of current electricity is heating effect. When current is passing through a conductor, it produces heat. So that is called as heating effect. Now our chapter is magnetic effect of electric current. So let we have introduction. So what is the introduction then? For us, electricity and magnetism. So electricity and magnetism is known for us from last 2000 years. So we know this, both electricity also from the last 2000 years people are so human knows regarding this electricity and magnetism. But the interrelation between the electricity and magnetism so came to know from last 200 years. Earlier it was a thought that electricity and magnetism both are separated. There is no interrelation between so electricity and magnetism. But in the century 18th century, so after several scientists experiments, so we come to know that conclusion is that there is a interrelation is there between this electricity and magnetism. The branch of physics which deals with electricity and magnetism interrelation, so we can also known as electrodynamics or electromagnetism. Electromagnetism deals with both electricity and magnetism interrelation. So that is of electromagnetism or electrodynamics. Electrodynamics deals with the charges which are in motion, but when the charges which are in motion, we know that the moving charges not only produces electric field but also produces magnetic field, which concluded that electricity was related with the magnetism. That interrelation the first observed by the scientists, so in the year 1820 one of the Danish physicist, so his name is Hans Christian Ørsted. Scientist name is very important. So Ørsted, he is the one of the physicist. So which country? Danish country. So what he has observed during summer of 1820, so he has giving one lecture demonstration. During the demonstration what he has observed is, so a magnetic needle which was placed very close to current carrying conductor showing some deflection. Okay, Nara? So when it is showed some deflection, the which was show deflection, the needle which was kept very close to current carrying conductor showed some deflection. Experimentally he has observed that. So then what is the direction of alignment of that magnetic needle? If I consider the needle, so the magnetic needle means how many poles will be there? 2 poles will be there. So which one will be there? So one is of north pole and other is of south pole. So 2 poles will be there. Now I want to know what is the direction of alignment of that needle. If I consider this is of needle and here is of one side of north pole, other side of south pole. I am representing the north pole with a thicker line. What Ørsted has observed, when a needle which was placed close to current carrying conductor showed some deflection. Even experimentally also you can demonstrate. If you want to demonstrate experimentally, so let me consider one rheostat. The rheostat was connected to our battery and here is there. So downside I kept one needle, magnetic needle was kept below this current carrying conductor. So let me call the current carrying conductor is AB. Initially current is flowing from A to B. When current is flowing from A to B, the needle showed some deflection. So why that needle showed some deflection? Because when current is passing, charges are moving. The moving charges not only produces electricity but also produces magnetic field. Correct, Tara? So due to the magnetic field produced by the current, so inside the conductor that will be interacted with the needle. So this is the needle of north pole and south pole. Are you getting, Ara? So then what happened? Because of the interaction of the magnetic field due to the current carrying conductor and this needle, the needle shows the deflection. And one more important point, is it cleared of us? What is magnetic effect of electric current? When current is passing through a conductor, around that conductor there exists a magnetic field. That is called as the magnetic effect of electric current. That experimentally demonstrated by the scientist Ørsted. Okay, this is the experimental simple setup. And now I want to tell regarding the direction of alignment. When current is passing through a conductor, around that conductor there exists some magnetic field. So that is called as magnetic effect of electric current. That is first time discovered by the scientist Oersted. Now the next point is, what is the direction of that magnetic field around that conductor? If I consider conductor was perpendicular to plane passing out of the paper, like passing out of the paper. Around this conductor, if I draw a concentric circle, like this number of circles if I draw, by taking that conductor as a center, the needle align in a direction tangentially to this concentric circle. That circle center will be of that current carrying conductor and the plane of the circle perpendicular to current carrying conductor. So what I mean to tell is, what is the direction of that magnetic field? If this is a current carrying conductor, when current is passing through this conductor, around this conductor there exists a magnetic field. So the magnetic field can be represented by magnetic field lines. So because of this current carrying conductor which is perpendicular to plane passing out, so field lines will be concentric circles which are in anti-clockwise. Okay, regarding the direction we will discuss. This is the experimental observation now, because only introduction. Okay, Nara? So this experimental observations was given by Oersted. So after few many years, then in the year 1864, so what is that year name? 1864. So another scientist, so his name is Maxwell. So Maxwell has interrelated or combined the formulas of electricity and magnetism. So that is only known as electromagnetism. The formulas of electromagnetism was given by the scientist Maxwell's equations you will come to know. So 8th chapter of electromagnetic waves. According to the Maxwell's, a time varying electric field produces magnetic field and time varying magnetic field produces electric field. In this way, so electricity and magnetism both are interrelated with each other. And finally he concluded that so light is an electromagnetic wave. What is the meaning of electromagnetic wave? Which has both a time varying electric field and also magnetism. Okay, Nara? That electromagnetic wave concept, why needed there electromagnetism? According to the Oersted, only current is producing the magnetic field, but Faraday has proved that magnetic field also can produce the current. By these two experimental results, Maxwell has combined the laws of electricity and magnetism into single laws. So those are called as Maxwell's equation for electromagnetism. According to the Maxwell's, light is an electromagnetic wave. So what is the conclusion for this chapter is, what is the main motto of this chapter is, when current is passing through a conductor, around that conductor there exists magnetic field. And also Oersted has observed that whenever the current, the strength of the current is increasing, the needle is coming very close to conductor. By reversing the direction of the current in the conductor, so the direction of the alignment of needle also reverse. Are you getting Ara? So what does it mean? The needle is affected because of the current passing through a conductor. So that is called as magnetic effect of electric current. Only one definition. Here one mark important question is Oersted scientist name. The magnetic effect of electric current was discovered by the scientists. And one more important definition is, what is magnetic effect of electric current? The magnetic effect of electric current is, when current is passing through a conductor, around that conductor there exists some magnetic field. So that is called as magnetic effect of electric current. In this chapter we will study, so what is the force acting on a charge? What is the main topics we will discuss is, so topics under discussion for this chapter is, so we will calculate force on a charge or magnetic force acting, which force? Magnetic force acting on a charge like a proton, electron. The next one is, so we will study regarding, next point is, so how charge can be accelerated charge can be accelerated to high energy. And we will discuss regarding how current can be detected by both, how current and voltage can be detected by voltmeter and ammeter. And we will study regarding the forces between parallel current carrying conductors. Forces between parallel current carrying conductors. Parallel conductors. These are the main important topics we will study in this chapter. Okay, Nara? Now let us start our chapter. Okay? So first we will start regarding what is magnetic force. What is magnetic force? Okay, Nara? So before telling this magnetic force, first let me tell you what is electric field. Already you know that, na? What is electric field? So what is electric field? Electric field is nothing but when I consider a charge, around this charge some space is affected. The space around the charge up to which this charge has this effect is called as electric field. Even electric field has a physical significance. Electric field can be represented by one vector. What is that vector name? That is electric field intensity. What is electric field intensity? At a distance is given by, so E bar is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into Q by R square into R cap. Can I write R? Electricity, you cannot able to see electric field. The strength of the electric field can be represented by a vector that is called as electric field intensity. This electric field intensity can be defined as the force acting on a test charge placed at a point inside the electric field. That is called as electric field intensity. And regarding this, if it is a single charge, so you can write the electric field intensity. If I want to write the electric field intensity due to the system of charges, we will apply principle of superposition. E1 bar plus E2 bar plus E3 bar plus so and so En bar. Regarding this electric field intensity and electric field, so you have studied already. Till now we completed for electricity. Similarly, how magnetic field can be represented? So what is magnetic field? Magnetic field means what? And magnetic field can be represented by which vector? Best example you know. You take one bar magnet, north pole or south pole. Actually this chapter problem is what? After discussing the magnetism and matter, if we discuss this chapter, it will be more effective. Because this chapter will give you interrelation between electricity and magnetism. To derive this interrelation, you should have the clear idea regarding the electricity and also magnetism. Till current electricity, we have seen regarding only electric field. But we have not seen anything regarding the magnetic field. But to do this chapter, magnetic field, some concepts also needed. But as per our syllabus pattern, after current electricity, moving charges are there. So that's why how much information needed for continuing this chapter based on the magnetism, I will tell, but not completely. The remaining of magnetism information, so you will study in the next chapter, which is magnetism and matter. Now when I take a needle, magnetic one bar magnet, if I consider one needle, one magnetic needle, when the needle was brought to certain distance, the needle will be automatically attracted by the bar magnet. Why? Because so around this bar magnet some space is affected by the needle. That space only called as magnetic field. What is that space? Magnetic field. Like similar to that of electric field, this magnetic field also can be represented by one vector quantity. That vector quantity name is called as magnetic field induction. What is that vector quantity name? magnetic field induction or intensity of or magnetic field intensity, that is given by what? B bar. So what is the definition for E bar? Electric field intensity, force acting on the test charge. Magnetic field induction can be defined as the magnetic force acting on the unit north pole. This is the definition for magnetic field induction. Generally, there we need to consider charge. The polarity or magnitude of charge is given by Q naught. When I consider a bar magnet, we need to consider the pole strength. What is pole? The end points of the bar magnet is called as what? A pole. With what force one magnet, one pole can attract another pole of another magnet, that is called as pole strength. That pole strength represented by M. Any bar magnet will have two equal and opposite poles. The pole strength of two poles of a given bar magnet will be same. So what is the name of M? M is called as what? A pole strength. Regarding the pole strength we will study so in next chapter. Just I will tell you pole strength SI unit. The SI unit of pole strength is given by so ampere meter. Ampere meter is the pole strength SI unit. Then what is B SI unit? B is equal to F divided by M. F all you Newton divided by ampere meter. It has one particular name, so that is given by Tesla. Scientist name. So Nikola Tesla. To remember him, that unit of magnetic field induction in SI system, so given it as Tesla. Whereas the CGS units are given by so Gauss. Even Gauss also, so scientist name. 1 Gauss is equal to 10 power minus 4 Tesla. That is the magnetic field induction. What I mean to tell is how electric field can be represented by a vector quantity. Similarly, the magnetic field also can be represented by a vector quantity. That vector quantity name only called as magnetic field induction. That magnetic field induction can be defined as the magnetic force acting on the unit north pole. What is the SI unit of electric field intensity? Electric field intensity SI units are given by Newton by Coulomb. And CGS units are given by what? Dyne by App Coulomb. That you will write now. Similarly, here also we have written units. Okay. And if I want to calculate the magnetic field induction due to number of poles, this is one bar magnet, this is one bar magnet. If I want to calculate the resultant magnetic field induction, here also we can apply the principle of superposition. B1 bar plus B2 bar plus so and so Bn bar. Nothing is there. What you have studied in electricity, electric field. So what are the electric field intensity? The same applications and same properties are given to this magnetic field induction also. Are you getting up? If I want to calculate the resultant magnetic field induction due to the number of bar magnets, we will apply the principle of superposition. That superposition principle applicable for both electricity, electric field intensity vector and also magnetic field induction vector. Any vector, so you can apply. So means you can apply the principle of superposition. Are you getting Ara? The physical significance of electric field given by electric field intensity. The physical significance of magnetic field is given by magnetic field induction. Even what we studied, electric field represented by electric field lines. When field lines are straight and parallel, electric field intensity will be everywhere same. Similarly, magnetic field also can be represented by magnetic field lines. Electric field lines will start from which charge? Positive charge. They will terminate at which charge? Negative charge. Similarly, magnetic field lines will start from the north pole. They will terminate at which pole? South pole. But inside also magnetic field lines will be there. That will be from south to north. Directions are important. So directions here. Always remember, magnetic field will start from north pole outside and it will terminate at south pole. Like till now what we studied regarding the electricity, the same concept will study for magnetism. That is for magnetic field. Okay, Nara? Now we know that whenever a charge is kept in a electric field, it will experience a force. What is the force acting on a charge placed in a electric field of intensity E bar? How can I calculate? What is the, for example, one electric field is there here, electric field of intensity E bar. I kept one charge Q. So electric field intensity definition, E bar is equal to F bar by Q. From this, F bar is equal to Q into E bar. Correct? The direction of E bar same as that of F bar if Q is positive. The direction of E bar opposite to F bar if Q is negative. That you know that now. So this is for force acting on a charge moving in a electric field. Similarly, whenever a charge moving in a magnetic field also, it will experience a force. That force name is called as magnetic force. So for example, let me consider, so 3-dimensional diagram. And this is the direction of B bar. So let us suppose a charge particle moving with a velocity V bar in a space by making an angle theta with the B bar. What I want to tell? So let us consider a charge particle, let me call that charged particle, charge is Q. This charge particle moving with a velocity V in a space or with a velocity V bar by making an angle theta with the B bar. Magnetic field is applied along a x-axis. Particle is moving in which plane? XZ plane with a velocity V bar. So by doing the several set of experiments, so Lorentz and some other scientists, they have given a formula for magnetic force acting. The magnetic force acting on a charge directly proportional to magnitude of the charge Q. What is Q? So what is the charge magnitude? And the magnetic force acting is directly proportional to B. What is B? Magnetic field induction. And this magnetic force is directly proportional to, when velocity making an angle theta, so this component is V cos theta, and one more perpendicular component is given by V sin theta. This magnetic force is directly proportional to V sin theta. What is V sin theta? The component of velocity which is perpendicular to B bar. This is from the experimental data. They revealed that the magnetic force value depends upon which factors? The magnetic force acting on a charge, can I call it as FB? Directly proportional to magnitude of charge. It is directly proportional to magnetic field induction, and it is directly proportional to component of velocity perpendicular to B bar. From these three, I can write FB proportional to Q into V into B into sin theta, or Q into B into V into sin theta. To remove the proportionality, so we needed one constant which is given by K. So K into Q into V into B into sin theta. From the experimental results, the value of K is equal to 1. Then FB value is equal to Q into V into B into sin theta. This is the expression for force acting on a charge Q moving with a velocity V in a magnetic field of induction B. Are you getting Ara? Where theta is the angle between the V bar and the B bar. Angle between which one? V bar and the B bar. So if theta is equal to 0, if theta is equal to 0, what happened to FB? FB value is equal to 0. What does it mean? Whenever a charge is moving parallel to B bar, so when V bar and B bar both are parallel, theta 0 means what does it mean? That is V bar is parallel to which one? B bar. When V bar is parallel to B bar, then what happens? So V bar and B bar both are in the same direction. A charge particle started moving with a velocity V bar parallel to B bar, it will not experience any magnetic force. It will not experience any magnetic force. The second condition is given by, so what is the second condition is, if whenever V value is equal to 0, When V value is equal to 0, that is FB value 0. So for stationary charges, which charges? Stationary charges. What is the meaning of stationary charge? The charge which is at rest. Whenever charge is at rest, what happened to FB value? Equal to 0. So force value will be equal to 0. The charge will not experience any magnetic force when the charge is at rest. Only the moving charges will experience force. And third case is whenever if theta is equal to 90. What is the meaning of theta 90? So how was the charge was entered? Charge is entered perpendicular to B bar. V bar or B bar both are perpendicular. So V bar is perpendicular to B bar. Understood, Ara? So that time what happened to FB? FB value will become Q into V into B, which is maximum. F maximum value Q into V into B. Whenever a charge enter into the magnetic field perpendicularly, it will experience the maximum magnetic force. That maximum magnetic force value given by F maximum is equal to Q into V into B. Remember, whenever a particle is enter into the magnetic field parallel to B bar, so it will not experience any force. Path of the particle will remain same. Path remains same. Path remains same. Correct, Anna? Whenever particle is stationary, it will not experience any force. But whenever particle enter into the magnetic field perpendicularly, then it will follow circular path. Why it will follow circular path, we will come to know. So till now understood, Ara? So this is a topic based on for which one? What is the magnetic force acting on a charge? We consider one charge Q moving with a velocity V bar in a space by making an angle theta with B bar. Then the magnetic force acting on the charge given by the formula FB is equal to Q into V into B into sin theta. Understood? So this is the expression for which one? Magnetic force. So what is the final expression we got for magnetic force? We got the expression for magnetic force FB is equal to Q into V into B into sin theta. Right, Ara? Q into V into B into sin theta. If whenever theta value 90, particle enter perpendicular to magnetic field, that is V bar is perpendicular to B bar, that time, so F value will be equal to Q into V into B. From this B value is equal to F divided by Q into V. I want to define what is the value of B. What is the definition for B? If whenever Q value is equal to 1 coulomb and V value is equal to 1 meter per second, so what happened to B? B value is equal to F. What does it mean? Magnetic field induction numerically equal to magnetic force acting on a charge of 1 coulomb. A unit charge moving with a velocity of 1 meter per second, when enter into the magnetic field perpendicularly, how much magnetic force it will experience? That magnetic force value numerically equal to which one? Magnetic field induction. Are you getting Ara? Magnetic field induction numerically equal to, so F. But when Q value is equal to 1 coulomb and V value is equal to 1 meter per second. So what I got? F is equal to Q into V into B. Then B value is equal to F divided by Q into V. If I want to write the SI unit, so Newton divided by charge unit is coulomb and velocity unit is meter by second. Second will go to numerator. Newton second by coulomb meter, which can be also written as Tesla. Sir, you have written last time B is equal to F by M. When I consider a bar magnet, with respect to the bar magnet, magnetic field induction definition is force acting on the unit north pole. But now this is the definition for magnetic field induction due to charge carrying conductor or due to a charge which is in motion. Are you getting up? So this is for Tesla, whereas the CGS units are given by which one? Gauss only. which will become CGS dyne second by so half coulomb into centimeter. So already I written one Gauss value is equal to 10 power of minus 4 Tesla. Are you getting Ara? This is the way how can we define the magnetic field induction. Magnetic field induction can be defined as so force acting on a unit charge moving with a velocity of 1 meter per second enter into the magnetic field of induction, magnetic field in a direction perpendicular. Are you getting Ara? This one. Okay, so this is the expression, but force is a vector quantity, so that's why we need to express this force expression in terms of vector quantity. And here very important point for us is what is the direction of this magnetic force. How can I calculate this magnetic force direction? What is the expression we got for FB? FB is equal to Q into V into B into sin theta. In vector form, FB bar can be written as Q into so V bar cross B bar. It is Q into so V bar cross B bar. What is the vector cross product? You know that now. In vectors we studied A bar cross B bar is equal to AB sin theta into n cap. AB sin theta is the magnitude of A bar cross B bar. The direction of A bar cross B bar is given by n cap. Can you remember the direction of n cap? N cap is called as unit normal vector. Which vector? Unit normal vector. So this direction of this unit normal vector or cross product of vectors. Cross product of vectors direction is given by so right hand screw rule. What is this right hand screw rule? Can you know that now? If I imagine one right hand screw such that now the two vectors are placed, so A bar and B bar at the common head of the screw, and you start rotate. So when you rotate, the advancement of screw will give you A bar cross B bar. Here directions are important. In physics, directions are very important. Units are important, directions are important. For this chapter, directions are very important. If you want to do any problem, directions are must and should. Okay, Nara? Now what is this? This right hand screw rule will tell you, if we imagine the two vectors are placed at the common head of a screw and given a rotation from A to B through an angle theta, the advancement of screw will give you the direction of cross product of vectors. If this rule is not understood, so you can tell the direction by using the right hand thumb rule also. According to the right hand thumb rule, if you imagine the two vectors are placed, so here palm represented by the palm, then thumb will indicate the direction of cross product of vectors. What is the conclusion is, vector cross product direction will be in a direction perpendicular to the plane consist of the given two vectors. What are the given two vectors here? A bar and B bar. So for example, if A bar is along x axis, B bar is along z axis. So then the direction of which one? The direction of A bar cross B bar perpendicular to plane consists of B bar and A bar, which is given by along y axis. Are you getting Ara? Only one point. How will be the direction of cross product of two vectors? The direction of cross product of two vectors will be perpendicular to the plane consist of so given two vectors. This can be also written as FB bar is equal to Q into V into B into sin theta into n cap. That Q into V into B into sin theta will gives us the magnitude of magnetic force, where n cap will gives us the direction of FB bar. Okay, Nara? But how much, let we discuss also, understanding that right hand screw rule or right hand thumb rule somewhat difficult to find out the direction of the cross product. Here one for us one simplified law is there. So that is given by the scientist Fleming's, that is Fleming's left hand rule. Always remember We will get here two rules. Fleming left hand rule also in EMI chapter, Fleming's right hand rule. Fleming's left hand rule for what purpose? To find direction of which one? So direction of magnetic force FB bar. To find the direction of magnetic force acting on a charge or acting on a current carrying conductor, we will use this Fleming's left hand rule. According to this left hand rule, so you needed to stretch three fingers. So one is of forefinger and other is of thumb and the other one is of central finger. Stretch forefinger, thumb and central finger of your left hand such that they are mutually perpendicular to each other. How you need to stretch? They are mutually perpendicular to each other. The forefinger is represented, if it is representing the direction of magnetic field B bar, central finger is representing the direction of velocity. In this left hand draw, so forefinger for what purpose? It is representing the direction of B bar, and central finger representing what? It is representing the direction of velocity or motion of a charged particle. Then according to the Fleming's left hand rule, the thumb will give you direction of the magnetic force. Even this thumb also perpendicular to plane consists of forefinger and central finger. If I imagine forefinger along x axis, central finger along y axis, then thumb will be along z axis. So the direction of FB bar perpendicular to plane consists of V bar and B bar. The direction of FB bar can be determined by using Fleming's left hand rule. According to this Fleming's left hand rule, so what is the statement of this Fleming's left hand rule? They won't ask you the statement, but for doing of numericals, compulsory we should know this rule. According to this rule, if we stretch the forefinger, central finger and thumb of our left hand such that they are mutually perpendicular, you should not stretch as your wish. You should not keep them as in your own direction. You should stretch them in such a way that they are mutually perpendicular to each other. If they are mutually perpendicular to each other, so one finger has one more notation. So forefinger indicating the direction of B bar and central finger is indicating the direction of which one? V bar. Then the thumb will indicate the direction of FB bar. Even according to this rule also, so direction of the magnetic force will be perpendicular to plane consists of V bar and B bar. Okay, Nara? So this is Fleming's which rule? So left hand rule. Till now understood, Nara? So what we have calculated? We calculated the magnetic force. Now, so for example, in a space, last point for this class. So what is Lorentz force? Which force? Lorentz force. Lorentz, scientist name. So Lorentz force. The scientist Lorentz performed several set of experiments. So such that now let me consider a space. Here this is the direction of B bar and this is the direction of which one? E bar, electric field intensity. And this is the direction of V bar. A charge Q moving in a space where both electric field and magnetic field both are present. So the force acting on a charge moving in a both combined and electric and magnetic field is given by the scientist Lorentz. That force name is called as Lorentz force. So Lorentz force is nothing but it is the resultant of which forces? Electric force and magnetic force. Okay, Nara? Now you tell me, so what is the force acting due to the electric field? Whenever a charge Q moving in electric field of intensity E, force acting given by Q into E bar. Now only we discuss, whenever a charge Q moving with a velocity V in a magnetic field of induction B, force acting how much? Q into, so V bar cross B bar. So from this, F bar is equal to, I can take Q common. So Q into E bar plus, so V bar cross B bar. This is the expression for force acting on a charge moving in a combined electric and magnetic field. So this equation very important for us. Okay, na? So this equation or this force name is called as Lorentz force. Understood? So what is Lorentz force? The combined force acting on a charge moving in a electric and magnetic fields. But remember, force acting due to electric field, it is quite easy. It is directly given by Q into E bar. This force will be acting even though velocity is 0, force value not 0. Even though theta value 0, force value not 0. Which force is not 0? Electric force is not 0. But whenever theta 0, V 0, so which value was 0? Magnetic force value 0. When theta 0, which force was 0? FB value 0. Are you getting Ara? So, force acting due to electric field will be there whether the charge particle is at rest or motion. The force acting will be there if the particle is moving parallel to E bar or perpendicular to E bar. This force acting due to electric field does not depends upon angle between the E bar and V bar. Are you getting So this is for Lorentz force. Okay, so this is for today class, magnetic force. Before closing this, so let me give you one example problem. Just it is also given in your NCERT. So what is that example problem is? In this, a current carrying conductor was there. This current carrying conductor was carrying a current I. This current carrying conductor was kept in a space where magnetic field will be there along this direction. Now that current carrying conductor was suspended in a space where magnetic field is vertical. Now I want to calculate what is the magnetic field induction value. This is the direction of current. The current is nothing but rate of flow of charge. So with what velocity charge is moving. A current carrying conductor was kept in a space. This is the direction of magnetic field. It was suspended. The conductor was suspended. Means conductor was in equilibrium. When the conductor will be in equilibrium, so when weight of the conductor, if it is not in equilibrium, its weight will be given by mg. It is acting vertically downwards. Only if force is not acting due to magnetic field, so conductor should be fall down. But here the question given, conductor was suspended. Conductor was suspended means some other force is acting in vertically upward direction. So you calculate, you find out the direction of force acting on this conductor. So conductor carrying a current I. Current is nothing but rate of flow of charges. So charges are going with a velocity, let us suppose. So charges are going with a velocity V. Now how can I calculate? So this is the direction of magnetic field and this is the direction of which one? Velocity. So then which will give you the direction of FB bar? The direction of FB bar perpendicular to plane. Correct? When conductor will be remained in equilibrium state, when force due to magnetic field will be balanced by the weight. What is force due to magnetic field value? Which is given by Q into V into B. Here angle between V and B theta 90. So QVB is equal to mg. What is the value of B is equal to m into G divided by Q into V. Even in that NCERT example, they given numericals also. Mass given, G value you know, charge given, velocity given. Just I given one example to understand that how to find out the direction. So direction of magnetic force acting on a charge or conductor. But remember, if I consider a current carrying conductor, so we will take the direction of current. If I consider a charge, we will take the direction of velocity. Regarding the current carrying conductor, in the next class we will discuss. Now only regarding the charge we are considering. Let us suppose in this conductor, charge is going towards east with a velocity v. Magnetic field is applied, so towards north, magnetic field induction B bar. Okay, Nara? This is the one example problem. So this is regarding magnetic force and Lorentz force. The next class we will continue the next topic. Understood, Ara? Okay, thank you.